So we finished the German pole lathe. So this is a spring pole lathe. I'll just show you quick how it works, what the idea is behind it. You have this rocker arm up top attached on this end down to a sapling or a straight grain piece. These are oak, these two saplings. This top piece was actually not a sapling, but I split the grain so the grain's running totally straight using my froe. So this is just 1x pine lumber. That works out pretty well. Everything is wedged together through tendons obviously, and then wedged so you can knock it down and bring it wherever you want to take it. I'll take it to Leonard's Mills. So down here you can see that the saplings are locked in place. They're tied to each other here, and then there's the string comes up here, so when you pull on the rocker arm you can see this is beginning to bend. This is what's providing the tension for all your turning. So as the rocker arm comes down here, you have this string, and it's attached to a foot pedal here. This is just a loose slat piece of pine. So the string then wraps around, wrong way, wraps around the stock like that. I'll have to do some adjustment here, but it wraps around. So when you press down on the pedal, it turns it forward. And then this is your tool rest, so you can guide the chisel, the gouge or whatever you're using, the skew chisel. And so as you press down, it turns it. So you can see I press down on the slat, it turns it forward, and when I let up off the slat, the tension of that sapling is going to want to pull this rocker arm back up. So I let go, and it spins it back. And that's the motion. So you're cutting, every time I press down on the slat, I'm cutting with the chisel. So it's cut, release, cut, release. I don't pull the chisel away, it's just not cutting when it's coming back up. So I'll get it knocked into place here, and then I'll show you how it works. Okay, so I got things adjusted a little bit here so I can get this piece in. So I'll show you. First, pull the slat up, and you wind it around. This way. Wind it around twice. So this is all set, and you always got to double check. You don't want to wind it backwards. So pressing the slat, it pulls it forward or clockwise. So I have my centers marked on each end, and I have it on my dead centers here. These are just 1/2-inch bolts that I ground the tips conical. So you get these in line, and this poppet here, or the tailstock, is held in place by a wedge, a cherry wedge down here. So you want to make sure it's nice and tight in here, so you pop the poppet back in tight. So everything should be tight here. I can adjust the string over a little bit. Adjust my tool rest. And as I press down on the slat, the pedal, it's going to pull it forward, putting tension on the sapling. And then when I let go, the sapling's going to pull it back. So that's cutting 50% of the time, like I said. Okay, so it's kind of this is center work. This spindle here is a little bit roughed out. Got some beads and coves and just a few basic shapes. It's not obviously finished here, but you can kind of see now where things are going. Oh, here's the rough and gouge. Using a skew chisel to clean up, to make the contours smoother. So this is kind of the way it goes. Because I'm new at this, I can't really get a great finish at the end, so I definitely have to take sandpaper at the end and hold it on there and sand it finally, which apparently is a pretty standard thing, but some people are able to get a good finish off the chisel. I certainly am not able to do that, so I'll do a little bit more work, try to clean it up with sandpaper, and we'll see what you guys think. Okay, so I'm just finishing up the final sanding here with 180 grit. Sort of running over it this way. holding onto the paper and just resting my hand down like this. And getting down into the last little bits here. And I think we'll call that good. Almost. Alright, good enough. For the finishing, it's really easy. All you have to do is you have your shellac here and a rag. This is the easiest finishing of wood I have ever done. You put the rag on. And you can see it gets, as this shellac is cut with alcohol, so it dries very fast anyways. But with the air movement and the rag on there, it's almost polishing it, sort of buffing it out a little bit. It gets real pretty real fast. So I'll do that a few times. Okay, so after the shellac dried, a little bit of wax and then buff it out as it's spinning on the lathe. Take it off. And this is your finished spindle. Pretty good for a first time, huh? I don't know. Hopefully one of these days you'll be able to actually go off a pattern and make what I'm trying to make and not just random patterns, shapes. So this is the German spring pole lathe. Takes a little bit longer, but sure is fun. So anyways, hope you enjoyed it.